Like I remember having this thing like we either need to pick to be a commercial company or a residential company. I don't think we can do both. And we just went residential, and that's where we are today. I have so much respect for you guys, how you've been able to run both and have two successful sides of your business. There's really not a lot of companies that do that. I don't find a lot of companies that are good at both. And, knowing what I know about your business, I know you guys are, and you do them both really well, and you've been able to scale both of them really well. Talk about that and how the dynamics of commercial and residential work, and anybody who's thinking about doing both or going one or the other, like what would you tell them in that?
Yeah. I think there's a key difference between residential and commercial. Commercial, the sales cycle is so long. It's hard to grow fast in commercial, but the customers are really sticky.
Yeah.
So like once you get one, like we have a 95% retention rate with
Wow.
our maintenance contractors.
And can we clarify quick? Commercial, when you say I'm a commercial plumbing or HVAC company, a lot of people think that means like new construction, build, or service. Where are you guys at in that?
Yeah, so we're maintenance, service, and like projects, we call it. So it'd be like install, right? But we do a little bit of new build, but not a ton. There's not a ton of exposure there. We focus on HOAs, like multifamily is kind of our bread and butter. In our city, it's really dense. Like it's sort of like Seattle or San Francisco in terms of density. And so we have a lot of large towers. And so what we do is we sell them a maintenance agreement, similar to
Sure.
like a home plan, right? But we charge them quarterly, and we go and we do a full inspection of their mechanical system. We do a thorough eval, put together options for them. They approve them, and we go.
I'm hearing a lot of service system in that.
It's super similar, right? That's why we really like it. You own the building. It's similar. You own the house, right? The lifetime value is amazing. And so, yeah, it just there's a lot of synergies.
And we don't have to drive around place to place, so our windshield time gets reduced a lot.
More efficiency.
Yes.
Are your residential employees completely separate from your commercial? Would a residential employee ever be in a commercial location?
So there's some crossover in the sense that, we'll still work for some of the homeowners directly. Like we might install a heat pump for them or something like that, which is a good lead source for our residential business. Sure. From a capacity planning strategy, it's effective because sometimes if our installers are slow on residential and they've got some commercial projects they need to do, we can lend them over. A little bit of cross-training that way. And then some guys, they just have a desire to change gears. And, installers typically move over to commercial because their bodies break down. They get tired, crawling around in attics
It's a really
and stuff.
good farm team for raising them up so that they can go from department to department, and it's new and exciting. So they know that they have opportunities to move up and
I think
change their ways.
I think the reason why people are so afraid of commercial is because of the cash situation, right?
Receivables.
Receivables. It's for sure a concern. It can be a struggle. The fulfillment is also difficult, right? The parts are oddly specific. They're not stocked locally. They take a long time to get here. So, in residential, you can sell a boiler or a furnace and you install it tomorrow. In commercial, you sell a rooftop unit, you got to custom order this thing. It's like 8 weeks away. So there are differences, right? It's that's why it's harder to scale. And then the barrier to entry for technicians can be a little bit more challenging as well. Like you're dealing with huge liability from a plumbing perspective, right? Like you're working on, 3 or 4 inch water lines in a 20-story building. One of those lets go, like your business is over. Like you're out of business. Like if you don't have proper
Major
insurance,
responsibility
right?
and liability.
Yeah. So like, you got to make sure these technicians are really good at what they do. Not to say that residential technicians aren't great at what they do.
They can mess up less.
They can mess up less. It's just like a little bit less risky. So it takes longer to scale a team.
Yeah.
So like you couldn't start tomorrow and say, I'm going to be a $20 million commercial business in 5 years. Like, it's very unlikely that would work, but you could probably do that with the right residential team.